Hey folks, my guest today is Saurav Gupta. He's a tech guy at heart turned sales enthusiast, now building Senzilla. It's his second startup in the AI space. He's tried once before when he started an AI company doing CCTV video analytics. It failed big time, but he learned a bunch of things that he applies to make Senzilla a bootstrapped, profitable leader in the outreach automation space. Saurav, are you ready to take us to the top?
Let's go.
All right, what kind of outreach are we talking about?
It's the typical outreach on those typical, outreach channels like LinkedIn, email, calling, that kind of stuff. But we started with LinkedIn because we feel, especially given the pandemic, social selling has really taken, like become more mainstream. A lot of salespeople are now getting meetings just off of posting on LinkedIn. So it's become this kind of, it's come of age, right? And that's what we're trying to productize in a sense, like getting sales meetings off of LinkedIn. So we just help salespeople run sequences on LinkedIn instead of email, right? Because the average response rate to a cold LinkedIn DM is something like 15%, while the average response rate to a cold email is something like 2%. So a lot of salespeople are now shifting to LinkedIn as their major channel.
This makes sense. How many customers do you have today?
About 80.
80. Okay, great. And help me understand pricing. What are they paying per month?
So roughly, so our list price is something like $149 per month. Yeah, so but that is dependent on number of seats, number of LinkedIn accounts that they have.
So does that mean you've passed about $11,000 in monthly recurring revenue?
Higher, we're about 25K.
25,000. Wow. Okay, this is incredible. When did you launch the business?
I am a programmer myself. I started writing the code back in May of last year, but we made our first dollar in September, and we've grown since then to 25K.
Got it. So what did you finish December 2020 with? How much revenue did you do then?
I think we were between 5 to 10K, something like 7 or 8K.
Mm-hmm. There's nice growth here. How did you get these first 80 customers? Where did you find them?
It's funny. We used our own tool to sell our own tool. I mean, nothing else, right?
I was
Like,
hoping you would say that. If you didn't say that, I would have grilled you hard. So I'm glad you're eating your own dog.
no, of course. I mean, we're a very small company, so we don't really have budget for QA. So the best way for me to make sure the product is robust is to just let my salespeople go crazy with it, right? Like we've got 5 people and they use this exclusively as their lead gen method, and it helps us improve our product as well. So we're just really killing like two birds with one stone, right? Like making the product better as well as getting revenue, right? So it's the best way to sort of grow.
You said there's 5 of you today. How many engineers?
Engineers is just me, but we've got 5 salespeople, so I am handling most of the tech right now. But like we have some salespeople now. Yeah.
And how do you incentivize them? Like, do you have them do like a amount of demos per week, or how do you drive them forward?
Yeah. So we don't really have a quota for meetings booked because if we do that, then they tend to fill that with random meetings, right? That doesn't really work, I think. So we have full cycle salespeople right now. It's not really a SDR AE split. They're still too young, so we have just identified people who are good at just talking on LinkedIn. It's essentially like chatting, and then who are good at doing the demos. So it's the same person who's doing both, right? And we basically give them a percentage of the MRR that they bring.
How much?
I mean, it varies, but it's roughly between 5 to 10%.
And so if they bring a $150 a month account, you'll pay them $15 that first month and ongoing, or just the first month?
No, ongoing, till the client stays with us.
So it could go on forever.
Yeah. We don't really time box it. Yeah.
Okay, got it. So how much total expenses did you have last month paying out your sales reps?
Net, I think I'll have to do the conversion from rupees to dollars. We ended up paying something like I think it was 7K net.
How many rupees?
So roughly like 5 lakhs, 5 lakh rupees. So that's like 500,000 rupees. Yeah.
Yeah, so about 7,000 United States dollars, and that's what your
Yeah,
salespeople made in terms of all their commissions.
yeah, exactly.
Got it. That's all those commissions, or is that
But
all?
that's not. No, no, that's not just commissions. That's like base plus commission. So they're not just on a commission structure. They have a salary too. And this is just the incentive on top of the salary. The salary is something like 50,000 rupees per month, which comes out to about $800 a month.
Okay, got it. And
So
so base is 800 per month, and they're making a little bit more on top of that, based off the commissions. Where are you hiring these reps?
So we hired mostly from LinkedIn. Again, I mean, we just posted a job on LinkedIn, and India SaaS is now sort of starting to grow. Like there's some unicorns here, and they train the people well, and we are lucky enough to find some of those people that they trained. Like Freshworks is a unicorn here. ChargeBee recently became one. So we're very lucky to have those downstream effects. Right, these people get trained and they know how to sell to the US, and we come in and we say, okay, this is a new product, you'll get more opportunity for growth, we're still at an early stage, and like it makes sense to join us. So we mostly find them via LinkedIn or via my own network inside of the India SaaS community.
But they're all remote. They're not at an office there near you.
We don't have an office. It's all India, but we don't have an office here.
Very cool. Okay, so this makes a lot of sense. This is what your funnel looks like. So break it down for me. Last month, how many like cold outreaches did they do, and how many total meetings did they get?
Right. Let me just pull up the numbers because I don't
What do you use to
exactly.
track that?
Right now we're pretty sort of broken in terms of process. So we do have a pipe drive installation, but we don't really use it that much. We track it just on Google Sheets, and one of my head refs, she basically just prepares a sheet for me at the end of every month, and then I just look at it. I think. Give me 1 second. Yeah. So if I remember correctly, we got net around 50 meetings as a team. We did about 50 meetings as a team, and we converted about, I think it was just 5 new customers. So that was the rough idea. But let me just find the sheet. If I can find it again.
No, that's great. The data is great. That's what I wanted to understand. Now, are these customers sticking around? Have you had any churn?
Yeah. Churn has been a problem because like we're still pretty early. We're still figuring out who the perfect customer is for us. So we have had about 8% monthly revenue churn. Customer churn, I think the customers who don't stick around are the people who just buy one seat. They're just trying out LinkedIn outreach as a channel, and then they find success with it or they don't. And yeah, that's the problem. So we're trying to go after, since it's a more of a sales led motion, we're trying to go after more of like enterprise sales teams, lead gen agencies, like companies who are using outreach or sales cloud, and they want to get more serious about LinkedIn as a channel. Then we go to them and say that, hey, why don't you use us for the LinkedIn automation part? Continue using outreach or sales cloud for the rest of the things like email outreach or calling. So that's the pitch that we're trying to hone now. And now we've got a good pipeline of those kinds of companies who have the budget to
Are you
spend.
profitable today?
Yeah, profitable. Yeah.
So how much did you make last month total?
So our expenses are fairly less. Like we're just on top of 25K. We spend something like 10 to 15K net, in the terms of cloud cost plus salaries plus something. The rest just stays in the bank. I'm not taking anything out right now. It just stays in the bank, doing nothing. So I need to find out better uses of that. But we're just trying to sort of get on our feet, if that makes sense. Just have a healthy cushion mentally, and then I'll do something with it. Like I've not figured out what I will do, but yeah, like there's cash.
What is the healthy mental cushion? Every founder has a different mental, cushion they want to build up.
Yeah. So if I have to put a number to it, we've got something like 120K in the bank right now. Which now I feel is fairly healthy. What am I going to do in India with 120K? I can do a lot of things, but in that sense, I don't have like high living costs, right? And I'm single and everything. So it just
that's what your total living expenses are monthly there in India.
It's barely anything. Like right now, I'm at my parents' house. So it's roughly like 50,000 rupees per month, $800. I can live a decent life on this.
Wow. So you're living at your parents' house? Are you in the basement right now?
No, it's actually a multi-story house that they have. They got it for cheap back when real estate in India was super cheap back in 1995. So yeah, I have my own room and everything.
What do
It's a
your
decent
parents
set.
think? Where do your parents? You probably are like making more than them almost. What do your parents think about you making money from their basement? They charge you rent?
No. They're pretty nice people. They. I mean, my mom is like, she doesn't believe it's real, right? A lot of times these parents don't know. Like, I was like, are you doing something illegal? You can tell me. I was like, no, I'm just selling software on the internet. But yeah, I mean, it's funny because they don't understand these concepts, right? Like you can create software and sell it online to people for doing a particular thing and make money off of it. But now people are becoming more and more aware with more stories around, like consumer unicorns in India, like SaaS unicorns. So it's gaining more mainstream acceptance in that sense.
Yeah, they think you're a drug dealer or something, right?
Yeah, the glasses don't help. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, that's very cool. Interesting. What else? What's next for you guys? Any new products coming up? Do you think you'll fundraise or stay bootstrapped?
We're not gonna fundraise for now. So what I'm really excited about is making it more multi-channel. Right now it's mostly LinkedIn, but we want to go after email, calls, SMS, like just make it like a full suite of automation. For any salesperson to come in and just run a whole campaign. So basically create a product like Zoom Info plus Outreach all in one, where you get the email data, you get the phone data, and then you have just everything in one place to run these campaigns. Yeah, so that's next. I'm now going after, like, with this money in the bank, now I'm going out and hiring engineers who can create the rest of those things with me. um, Invest more in marketing. We've done zero marketing right now, and it shows. Like, we've got the best, like some of our customers tell me we've got the best product in the market that no one's ever heard of, which sucks, right? Like we've not done any marketing at all. So gonna invest more there. So yeah, just add more channels to this product and make it more full suite, where a salesperson can come in and just have like a email data that they need, as well as like the sales engagement portion of it.
Mm-hmm. Do you have to have like a paid LinkedIn account in order to use Senzilla, or can anyone listening right now with a free LinkedIn account use you guys?
Anyone can use us. Like, I forgot to mention, like, one of the coolest things about our product, and that's why a lot of people are shifting to us, is got an AI module for writing highly personalized connection requests. So like, if I want to reach out to you, the AI in the tool will automatically go into your profile and look at stuff. Like, it will figure out whether you've got certain recommendations, certain certifications, volunteer work, and it will use that in a sentence. I will say something like, hey Nathan, I was just looking at your profile and I saw that you've got this amazing recommendation from XYZ. By the way, I was connecting with founders like yourself. Would you be open to connecting? So it looks like a real person wrote it, while it's not. It's just the intelligence in the product. That's one of the reasons people are shifting to us in a large way from all the competitors in the market, like Expandy, DuckSoup, and all of these, because they are seeing that the acceptance rates on our platforms are much higher, like 40% on average, because it looks like something a person would write, when they go into.
Both of those examples you just cited, they're both, I think, bootstrapped and doing 4 to 5 million in revenue. They were on the show recently. So it's interesting to see you guys sort of compete with each other, and we'll see who wins. Maybe you all win in the end, right? We'll see what happens. But Saurav, this has been great. Anything else you want to add before we wrap up with the famous five?
No, I think you've covered all the bases. But yeah, it's a really interesting space. But I'm not gonna stay in that space. I'm not gonna compete with them. My sights are set more on the Zoom Info and Outreach of the world than the Expandy and Ducks, because I feel the world is moving towards more multi-channel. Prospects tune out stuff very easily, so you have to hit them on multiple channels. So that's where we're moving.
All right, Saurav, famous five. Number one, favorite book.
Favorite book has to be Zen and the Art of Motorcycle Maintenance. Like, it's not a business book, but I really love, like, the way he thinks about quality.
Yep. Number two, is there a CEO you're following or studying?
Girish is pretty good. Freshworks.
Yep. Number three, what's your favorite online tool for building the business?
Oh, I love ChargeBee, man. I mean, everything, like, they made my life so much easier. Otherwise, everything would have to be so custom on Stripe.
And number four, how many hours of sleep do you get every night?
Pretty good, like 7 to 8.
Okay. And situation, married, single, kids?
Single, 28. So yeah.
28 years old, no kiddos. Okay. What's something you wish you knew 8 years ago?
I think what I would do is, like, just start. And no. I think I would say, like, invest more in learning about the market, like ideas don't matter that much. Like even if it's the idea that's done 10,000 times, you can still be the 10,001th and do it in the right way. Because like even today sales automation is such a crowded space, but there's still a room to create like $2-3 million companies fairly easily, because there's just so much demand for something like it. Like don't think about the competition, just focus on the market and doing right by them.
Guys, Senzilla was doing $7,000 a month back in December. They're now doing $25,000 per month for a $300,000 run rate for their LinkedIn automation tool. Very unique sales model. One engineer with Saurav here owns the business, Bootstrapped. 4 sales reps that go and hunt on LinkedIn every day. They close new sales. They then make a 10% commission on all new sales, and they make $800 a month in terms of base salary. He's taking $10,000 a month to the bottom line, so highly profitable with $120,000 in the bank right now. Folks, this is how you build a SaaS company. Saurav, thanks for taking us to the top.
No worries. Great to connect.
One more thing before you go. We have a brand new show every Thursday at 1 p.m. Central. It's called Shark Tank for SaaS. We call it Deal or Bust. One founder comes on, 3 hungry buyers. They try and do a deal live, and the founder shares back-end dashboards, their expenses, their revenue, ARPU, CAC, LTV, you name it, they share it. And the buyers try and make a deal live. It is fun to watch every Thursday, 1 p.m. Central. Additionally, remember, these recorded founder interviews go live. We release them here on YouTube every day at 2 p.m. Central. To make sure you don't miss any of that, make sure you click the subscribe button below here on YouTube, the big red button, and then click the little bell notification to make sure you get notifications when we do go live. I wouldn't want you to miss breaking news in the SaaS world, whether it's an acquisition, a big fundraise, a big sale, a big profitability statement, or something else. I don't want you to miss it. Additionally, if you want to take this conversation deeper and further, we have by far the largest private Slack community for B2B SaaS founders. You want to get in there. We've probably talked about your tool if you're running a company, or your firm if you're investing. You can go in there and quickly search and see what people are saying. Sign up for that at nathanlatka.com/Slack. In the meantime, I'm hanging out with you here on YouTube. I'll be in the comments for the next 30 minutes. Feel free to let me know what you thought about this episode. And if you enjoyed it, click the thumbs up. We get a lot of haters that are mad at how aggressive I am on these shows, but I do it so that we can all learn. We have to counter those people. We got to push them away. Click the thumbs up below to counter them, and know that I appreciate your guys' support. All right, I'll be in the comments. See ya.